Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your full moon in Capricorn reading for June 22nd, 2024. Full moons close out cycles. The direction this reading is going in is number 7, energy, joyous fun. Excellent. I think you can use some of that. This is happiness every day. Everyday happiness. Interesting. Maybe there's a holiday coming up because it is vacation time. So maybe for the next 2 weeks or within the next 2 weeks, there's going to be a lot of fun for you. It can also be just a lightheartedness and friendships that can bring more social activity. You can be engaging in happier pursuits and bringing a sense of happiness to your daily life. On the reverse side of this, though, maybe something is weighing you down and you need to bring in some happiness back into your life. Maybe you were in a negative rut. And I'm saying this because it also came out reversed. So I want to give you both sides of this card. So if you felt stuck or in a bit of a difficult situation, it's time to reverse that and bring back some happiness into your life. And maybe you do see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel out of a very dark period. So it is number 7. And 7 is a surprising number. It's unique. So maybe it's time to do something that maybe you've never tried before to bring back a little bit of joy into your life if you haven't had any. And if not, maybe there is a surprise for you that brings some joy into your life. Or maybe it's just a period where you're kind of content and happy, where you're surprising other people, right? Because 7 is that sort of surprise, and it's sort of like the card is not the number rather is not cookie cutter. It's not everyday stuff. So there may be something very interesting happening in your life that surprises you, that brings some joy back into your world. The first column. So we're going to find out. That's the direction the reading is going in. Look at that. The first column is where you find yourself at the time of the full moon. And if you are closing something out, it's a number 10, then you can find that here. Nice, really nice. The second column is you and how you're behaving and what you're doing and what you're thinking. And the third column is probable outcome, probable because some things we are able to change when we have knowledge, which is why we watch these readings anyway. And some things we're meant to experience, and that is because it furthers our growth. Okay. Now, I do believe, and I've seen and I've experienced that the cards can be predictive. However, these are general readings, and so in order not to leave anybody out and just pick a scenario, I leave these general. But what the reading is meant to do is for you to take the wisdom of the tarot in your situation and apply it. It's impossible to pick up everybody's scenario and make a prediction. Not only that, you do have free will. So why lose everybody and just be on one line for one small group of people? That's why they call them general readings. So do apply the information to your situation. I leave it general for that purpose. Okay. Let's have a look here. Well, the 10 of Cups, the Death card. Things are changing. They're purifying. There is a purification here. This is Mars in Pisces, the 10 of Cups. So that can be a period where you're just like, you know what, I'm going to call in sick, or I'm going to take my holiday now, or this is kind of bunking off or leaving responsibility behind and having a good time. But it's also the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. These are the couple from the Two of Cups that have gone through the entire cycle. They've matured emotionally and are grateful. They have faith in each other and themselves and their life and their family, and they have the happy home, the children. Life is good with the Ten of Cups. But it can also be, like I said, because it's Mars in Pisces, kind of shirking your responsibilities and calling in sick, or taking a weekend away, that kind of thing. But we have death with that, so that's purification, transformation. If things have been difficult, they're moving much lighter here. Again, you have 2 tens, so a 10 is the end of a cycle while simultaneously, beginning something new. So there are 2 kind of endings and new beginnings here simultaneously. And hopefully that has a lot to do with enjoying your life, because your energy is shifting, it's purifying, and it's transforming. This can have something to do with females around you. This is the mother card, the nurturing. Perhaps you're nurturing yourself, you're eating properly, you're exercising, you're doing well for yourself, perhaps, because there's a big change. There's family coming. Maybe the joyous fun is that there's the birth of a new child, or pregnancy, or creativity. This is the creative principle itself. It is Venus. Maybe that you've met the love of your life, and that brings in new joy and happiness. This is the quintessential female. But it's happiness. Now, for somebody, there may have been inheritance, right? Maybe we've lost a female, maybe an aunt or a great aunt or a great grandmother or a grandmother or even a mother, and there's inheritance that can come in. This may have been something that has happened already, and there's an inheritance that comes in that can also perk up your life a little bit, not because the person passed away, but because of what they left you. That's also possible for somebody here. Maybe they left you some property and a home. For some people, it feels like you could use a getaway, and maybe camping is your thing, and nature is a great respite. Nature is nurturing. Okay? You need to make a decision here with this Two of Swords. And perhaps you've decided to take better care of yourself, to nurture yourself, and that brings in happiness and joy. But there is decision here with the Moon in Libra, the Two of Swords. Libra can find it difficult to make decisions because it sees both sides of a situation, right? It's the scales. This card asks you not to negate asks you not to negate your emotional side or the mental side. They have to work in conjunction with each other. It cannot be one or the other. It has to be both to make this decision. The Ten of Pentacles is the need to communicate. It's your daily life. And daily life is is fun. It's joyous. It's bringing that joyous fun to your day every day, and perhaps it's just a conscious decision to be live in faith and to be grateful for everything, and that changes the way your philosophy and the way you deal with life on a daily basis. The Ten of Pentacles is your daily life, but it can also be gossip, it can be negotiations, it can be communication with the people in your daily life. But it is also inheritance. And that can end one way of a life and begin something new. The Hanged Man. We could be in a state of stasis at the moment. We can be in a suspended state right now while we're making that decision, or while we need to make a decision. But the hangman can be a bit of a sacrifice, and that some of that sacrifice can be control, because we are suspended. However, in the time that it takes for this suspension, we are allowed to see things from another perspective, and that can be very enlightening. This card says, if you wait and you wait with faith, you get what you want. The outcome is the Capricorn card, the Page of Pentacles. And this is somebody who maybe has just learned something new and they want to apply it. They're eager to show the world what they've just learned. And this can be an ally of some sort, or you may be an ally to them, but this can be an ally. These are people and situations that can give you a leg up over the competition. It can be workshops, it can be self-help books, but it can also be people. And again, with this card, we're sending out this kind of energy, or saying maybe even CVs, right? And sending it out to show, this is what I've accomplished. I've graduated. I'm in a new state of mind here. I'm sending out my CVs and I'm waiting for replies. I'm waiting for the return. Or maybe we're going to school, right? We're going to go to university and we're still waiting for the reply to which universities we've been accepted into. But it is definitely something that gives us a leg up over the competition. And it's allies. And this is the Page of Pentacles, the Capricorn card. Capricorn is about empowerment, empowering themselves and empowering others. So there's some strategy that needs to be necessary here. How we're going to do it. In this card, he is stealing away the Five of Swords from the enemy's camp so they can't be used against him. That's his strategy. It's also a card of asking you to be aware of your atmosphere. Doesn't have to be scary, but I got this card when there were bears getting into my garbage. So I had to make sure that my garbage cans, my garbage bins were secured with bungees so they weren't dragging the garbage everywhere. It can be that simple. It doesn't have to be scary. However, it can also be the card of open enemies. So I'm going to pull another card for that. And I don't think so because we have allies here. So I think for me this is more about strategy. Yeah, get it down on paper. Make sure you write paper. Okay, so have a notebook beside you when you're going to bed at night so you can write down any kind of ideas so it doesn't have to go over and over in your mind. This is a need to have some physical rest, but the mind will probably continue planning, right? Planning strategies. But get it down on paper. The body needs a rest with that Four of Swords. So if you can take a rest, you should. You might be a little bit tired during the next 2 weeks or towards the end of the 2 weeks. Maybe that's why we have some suspension here with the Hanged Man. Maybe you're too busy trying to make that decision, and so you kind of can tire yourself out with too much strategic thinking. But there is this period with both of these cards are telling me there's this kind of inactivity. What does Spirit want you to know? Manifestation. Focus on a vision beyond yourself and your universe. The universe will help you. It says unicorn, but you know, I don't think your unicorn is going to help you. I think the universe might, or the forces, right? Okay. I think we're going somewhere with these. I think there's a big change for you. But there needs to be some strategy happening and some communication necessary, and maybe even some financial help with that Ten of Pentacles. And maybe that comes from family. Okay. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Until then, take good care. And again, your view, which is appreciated. Bye for now.